So what we're doing now is we're focusing on the basics on full guard. We've been going over this triangle, being really efficient with the basic triangle, getting the hips high, closing it off nice and tight, finishing it nice and tight. We're going to drill that basic over and over and over until we're pretty solid with it. What we're about to do, we're going to take it from this really far hip pop to when they're in tight, we got their posture controlled. The principle is still going to be the same, it's just kind of eliminating the space for them. They really got to focus on their hip movement, make sure they hit the triangle the right way. Eventually, we're going to get more into rubber guard, but right now we're getting basic posture control, basic submissions from guard taken care of before we move into the more advanced setups. So you're sitting up, basic posture here. I come up like I'm doing the sit-up sweep. His arm starts trailing down my back. Even if he's not grabbing for that, even his arms just kind of trailing a little bit. You know, it's kind of just drape it over. Just kind of like, yeah, kind of like that. Anywhere it's near the mat. Coming back. Nice and tight. Come out to the side. Get a higher guard. I'm still pinching up, doing the crunch here, controlling his head. Here, control his wrist. Towards my chest on the bicep. Bring it up over this jump rope triangle. Or if he's got more of a posture on me, I can come here, stuff it. Come up. Control. Okay. So practice that setup. Come up with a sweep. Moving the arm, controlling the head. Make sure you control that head. This triangle setup we're doing here, this is something that I use a lot. I use a lot to set up the rubber guard. Get right from mission control to New York. Use fake to sit up sweep, come back, hook the arm. It's good for this basic triangle attack we're going for. Use it a lot, it's a good move. Actually, always slam out really good. Good morning, Lockflow. This newspaper article just came out. I thought you guys might want to look. It's featuring somebody you might be a big fan of. So let's check this out. Look. Oh, student gets martial arts documentary. Okay, that's I'm in a white belt. That's kind of a bummer. You know, I've been a blue belt for a while now, and that's a pretty brand new gi. They could have got a better picture than that. And page 11. Let's see what page 11 is here. 1, 2. Skip a bunch. Page. It's the last page. Oh no. Jeez, I'm on the bottom of the newspaper. There's not really much interesting going on in this article. But the bottom, geez, I'm playing guard even in print. It's kind of embarrassing. But at least jiu-jitsu is getting a little bit of recognition there.
I think training is important to learn in jiu-jitsu. I think competition is important to learn something about yourself. I think as far as competition goes, you shouldn't base everything on that. It should be something you do to have a good time, not necessarily to gauge yourself. Not necessarily to gauge yourself. I think the best way to gauge yourself really is to compare yourself to the person who walked in the door on your first day. As long as you're constantly becoming better than he is, then you know there's really nothing a competition's going to tell you that you can't.
Was there any benefits as far as progressing through jiu-jitsu that you get from competition?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a benefit to it. I mean, you know, going out there and competing, it tells you that your stuff's going to work aside from just at school. It tells you that your stuff's going to work against people who may be learning something completely different. It tells you that your stuff's going to work whenever it really comes time to to say go. You know, I think up here a lot of times people are so friendly, which is a great atmosphere to learn in. But I think people are so friendly that a lot of times you take it easy on each other. You know, you don't take that arm lock that you normally would. Whereas in a competition, people just aren't that nice.
What are your tips for grappling competition? Like, how do you approach it? How do you recommend your students approach it?
As far as competition goes, as far as tips, approach it with an open mind. Just make sure you're going there ready to learn, win or lose. I think that's very important. Don't go there with the attitude that if I don't win this, you know, I don't want to do jiu-jitsu anymore. That's crazy. That's a terrible attitude to have. So go there ready to learn. Go there ready to have fun. I mean, that's the most important thing. If you're not having fun with the competitions, then there's really not that big of a reason to do them. I mean, you can push yourself to another level if you think that's how you have to do it. Then great. But I don't think that necessarily you should go to these competitions and do anything other than learn and have a good time with them. You know, you'll pick up a lot from being there. I think by watching other competitors. You might pick up some different styles, some things that you're not used to seeing from your own instructors. And another thing that's good too is at those competitions, I have to say that I've made a lot of good friends at competitions. A lot of good friends. And you know, you can develop new training partners, just new alliances with people that way that you can really pick up a lot. I stay in contact with a lot of people that I've competed against, and I stay in contact with a lot of people that I've just competed next to.
So from that, you've had a lot of positive experiences with competition?
I've had a lot of positive experience with competition. Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I first started competing around this area, there really wasn't a lot of people competing. You know, it was, you know, you go to these tournaments now where you have 100 guys, 150 guys, 200 guys, whatever. You know, we had 25. You know what I mean? And you roll with the same dozen guys for 3 years straight. You know what I mean? You guys start to learn each other's games the same way. But yeah, I think there's a lot of benefit to it if you can find it, but you have to find it for yourself. I don't know if I answered your question there.
No, that's good. That was good. Any specific experiences, competition-wise, that stick out in your mind that you really learned from or really benefited from?
Any specific experiences with the competition? Yeah, my first loss. I lost for the first time. It was a couple years ago. And that one I think was a big benefit to me. Up until then, I think that I felt that losing would kill me. You know what I mean? That I would go nuts and it would make me sick and all this stuff. And you know what? The other guy's hand got raised, and it doesn't feel good. It's not something I enjoyed, but it was fine. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of pressure off because now you can go out there and just roll. But up until then, I felt that, you know, if I didn't win or if I didn't submit the guy or anything like that, it was almost a loss every time, you know. And then when you finally do lose and you realize it's okay, you learn from your mistake. You learn, you know, hey, maybe you got to go a little harder next time, or maybe you got to be a little less aggressive next time. Whatever you have to do, you have to, you know, change what you did in that match. Obviously, you're going to lose again.
What are your goals now? You're a Pedro Sauer brown belt, right?
Yes.
And where you plan on going from here, teaching-wise and training-wise?
I mean, as far as teaching-wise, I like where I'm at. You know, to keep teaching, I have to keep learning. I think that's important because everybody's getting better. I don't think that there's anybody who's at my level that wouldn't say the blue belts and whatnot now are a lot better than what they were whenever I was a blue belt. You know, people just keep getting better and keep progressing. So even as an instructor, I have to keep progressing. I mean, I'm still young, so I have a lot of time left. Not as young as you. I'm pretty young. No, I mean, so as far as my teaching goes, you know, I look forward to keep doing that. I look forward to seeing you guys progress. You know, I like coaching. I really enjoy it. As far as my own personal goals, I just want to keep staying up here and training. I mean, you know, I got great training partners. I'd like to start competing again a little bit more. It becomes a little bit more trying. The higher in the ranks you get, it becomes a little bit harder to find the right places to go to get, you know, that high-level competition. Don't get me wrong, it's out there and it's a lot better than I am, but it gets hard to find that high-level competition. You really got to travel for it a little bit, and I think, you know, a lot of us run into that.